Hey everyone, we're going to be breaking down the slime crawl set today. I got a lot of messages last patch wondering why I wasn't running that set with my gank build and why I was staying with 1-on-1 damage. So I'm going to break down a comparison between the two, but more importantly, kind of explain how to properly build damage in ESO and why slime crawl is really a pretty ineffective set despite how people read it. It doesn't quite line up with what it actually does and how it performs. So I hope to clarify a few misconceptions that people have about percentage-based damage in the game. And again, it's different from set to set, but we're going to examine specifically slime crawl at this point in time. Okay, as you can see, I've removed as much gear and things as possible, so we're getting the least amount of interference from other things while we're doing this. For those of you that don't know, slime crawl adds a one-piece crit for both spell and weapon, and then the second piece is gain minor berserker at all times, increasing your damage done by 8%. Now, most people assume that that means if they hit something for 100 damage, then they're going to add minor berserker, and all of a sudden that damage is going to become 108. Unfortunately, that's not actually how this works. This 8% increase isn't actually to the damage that we have done, but rather it's an 8% increase to the base stat of an ability. And that base stat is before all of our attributes, our other gear, CP points, and all that stuff's affecting it. And to kind of show you what I mean, let's look at Snipe. We're currently sitting at 8,321 physical damage. Now, if I go back and I add the second piece of slime crawl to get the major berserk, I'm at 8,896. That is actually only a 6.9% increase. Now, if we go ahead and let's say add food to our character, now you see our base damage is up to 10,087 physical damage. But if we remove that one piece of slime crawl, we're now at 4,446 physical damage, which means we decreased by 6.78%. So you can see with just adding something as simple as food, we've actually lessened the effect of slime crawl. Because that 8% to the base number isn't as effective as adding raw damage, raw resource, and things of that nature. So now I want to go over how it actually looks when we hit a dummy. Alright, as you can see, I've removed everything except for our weapons. Okay, so naked, our character is basically hitting normally at 9,231 and is critting at 7,000 816. That's going to be our base numbers for this. So now we're going to go ahead and add slime crawl. Okay, as you can see with slime crawl, our base number goes up to 9,585, and our crits are now hitting at 18,499. That's only an increase of 3.8% damage. So let's look at what happens when we put on the one piece of Crogs for that penetration, and one piece of Kina for the extra raw damage. Okay, as you can see, our normal hits were at 10,266, and our crits jumped up to 19,813. That gives us a total increase of damage of 11.2%. Now let's look if I go ahead and take off Krogs and just have one piece of Kina. Okay, as you can see, we were hitting a normal baseline of up to 9,671, and our crits were at 18,666. That gives us a 4.7% increase. So just Kina by itself is a higher amount than Slime Crawl's 3.8. And part of Slime Crawl's 3.8, remember, we're also getting the benefit of having a helmet on with 800 extra stamina that's increasing our tools hit. We lost that with dropping off the Krog's helmet and just running a Kina shoulder. So this is the main reason why I don't use Slime Crawl in my gank. It's borderline pointless unless you have nothing else to put on. Alright everyone, I hope you found this video informative. If you want to see more ESO content and other video game related information, feel free to subscribe, hit the bell so you get all future notifications. And if there's any questions that you guys have, please leave them down below. I'll address them as soon as I can. And if you guys have anything that you would like to see me test or do for a future video, leave it in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. Thanks for your guys' time.